I've been wanting to do this video for a while because I get so many DMs and I see things on Instagram where people are posting like healthy meals and I'm like, like it's so confusing going to the grocery store because things are marked and labeled and marketed as being healthy and they're just not. So I try to narrow down to like 5 foods that I think commonly are mistaken for being super healthy that really aren't helping you in your fitness goals or things. When I was struggling with my own 45-pound weight loss journey, like I thought these were healthy and I was eating them and probably eating more than I should have been and couldn't figure out why I couldn't see results. And these foods are why. So if you feel like you're eating healthy and you're eating any of these foods, hopefully this will help you start removing them from your diet, adding in better options. So I'm going to show you what better actual healthy options are and what to look for so you can really start to make some significant changes. Actually super disappointed. I was really hopeful I would find more healthy swaps, but I didn't. So we're gonna head home. I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorite options that are just better for you options that you can have at home. Okay, so when it came to the store-bought trail mix, obviously there's a lot wrong with it. Having too much dried fruit can add a ton of sugar. So even though it's fruit and it's a little healthier, when they dry it, a lot of times they add lots of sugar to the fruit, which seems completely pointless, and other ingredients. And then the ones that obviously have candies like M&Ms or like fake M&Ms and stuff, like you don't know what's in it. You're getting a lot of like synthetic gross chemicals in those chocolates, food coloring, all of that stuff that we don't want. So the easiest thing to do is just make your own. I like this anyway because I don't always love all of the different nuts that they put in trail mixes. Sometimes I'm like, peanuts seem like a waste. I don't know, like I love peanut butter, but in a trail mix, I'm like, no. Get raw nuts, like unsalted, unroasted, just raw nuts, whatever your favorites are. I put walnuts and almonds. These are kind of my go-tos. Sometimes I'll use cashews or Brazil nuts and mix it up. And then I just put a little bit of unsweetened cranberries. So when I look for dried fruit I'm buying, I make sure they're not adding any sugars to it. So check that, because cranberries are one of the worst culprits. So little cranberries, some dried blueberries, also unsweetened. And then if you want to add chocolate or something else, if you're like, oh, I just really want that like kind of candy crunch in my trail mix, then you get to choose the type of chocolate so you can do better quality. So I always like Hue is a really good one. These are Lily's. They use stevia, like a natural sweetener, instead of like just normal granulated sugars, so that you're not getting a bunch of added sugars, but you still get that yummy chocolate taste. So you can put a reasonable amount in your trail mix, but not overdo it like the ones you buy. Okay, so these are my 2 favorite brands of chocolates. Hue is just so clean, so simple. There's barely anything in it. And then Lily's, like I said, uses stevia. So again, not much in it. There's no sugar alcohols, and then you're not getting any actual sugar in here either because of the stevia. And then when you're eating your trail mix, it's also important to make sure you're not overdoing it. That was another mistake I made all the time. So about 2 tablespoons to 1/4 of a cup is a serving, and that is plenty. So you're getting lots of healthy fats in here, but eating too much of anything is too much. I get asked my favorite protein bars and granola bars all the time, and I honestly can never answer because I haven't found anything. Okay, so I think I was mostly disappointed. Well, so many things I was disappointed with at the store. But one is just the lack of like actual healthy protein bars or granola bars. It's so hard because so many of them are packed with so much sugar, and you're like, ugh, like the protein and sugar doesn't make sense. Like I always try to have at least 10 grams of protein. That is like a minimum for me in a protein bar, and then at least if there's sugar in it, trying to keep it under like 6 grams is my goal, and it's like near impossible to find. So all that's to say, these are different options when you need like fast on the go protein kind of snacky stuff. One, obviously protein powder. We have the Love Sweetness plant protein powder for this very reason. I drink it throughout the day multiple times to make sure I'm getting enough protein because it's really important not only to fuel our workouts. The more protein you have, the more, and you're working out, you're gonna be able to build muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories and fat you're burning all the time without any effort. It's so crucial. So if you're not getting enough protein, which most of us aren't, you guys, like at least 5 servings a day of 20 grams of protein is like where you should be. Most women need even more than that, especially if we're working out. So I normally am targeting around 150 grams of protein, which is a lot to get in a day, and really hard to do if you're just eating like chicken and stuff. Like you'd be so full all day long. So great fast option. Put it in water, put it in milk, throw it in a smoothie, whatever. Another one, again, like I was saying, is like, how do you get protein on the go? Chomps, I've talked about them forever. I love them. They're just super clean. 10 grams of protein in most of these for a turkey stick. Sometimes I eat 2, then I get my 20 grams of protein. Just again, another easy source of protein if you like beef jerky and stuff. Just beware, check the sugar on beef jerky, because if it's teriyaki or even just like normal beef jerky, sometimes they add sugars to it. Make sure you're getting one that's like nice and clean. I did actually just find this bar in my cabinet. To be honest, I've never tried it before. We could try it right now together. But there's no, it has 15 grams of protein, no added sugar, no sugar alcohols, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. Let's just try it before I say like, yeah, eat this bar. Ingredients-wise, I dropped it. It's a win on ingredients. It's just peanuts, dates, cocoa, egg white, oats, cocoa powder, flaxseed, spinach, weird, and sea salt. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty decent for a bar to get all of that protein without a bunch of added sugar. Okay, this is called Sam's. I'm just gonna keep eating it. Another option. Okay, then the last thing for me, I usually just make protein balls all the time. So if you guys have the protein, you know, there's a QR code right here. You get a free recipe ebook that gives you a bunch of amazing recipes. There's some protein balls in there. There's a ton on the website. There's a ton in my Guiltless Nutrition Lifestyle and Recipe book and my meal plans. On LSF Nutrition Instagram, we share a bunch of them. Protein balls are a great, clean way to get a good source of protein that you can just grab and go. So think of it like a protein bar, but even better because it's cleaner, healthier. You know exactly what's going in it. And that for me is the key. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but you can usually make protein balls in less than 10 minutes. We all can find 10 minutes if it's important to you. Okay, and one more, I forgot. My little hanger bombs. Now, these aren't necessarily high in protein. Sometimes I use protein in the recipes, so you can find them with protein. This is a new recipe actually I'm working on for our holiday survival challenge, which is coming in November. These ones don't have protein, but some of the ones I make do, but they do have a lot of good healthy fats, which will also help balance your hormones and curb cravings. So if you need like something a little sweet and I put a little crunch in here so it gives you more of that like granola bar kind of vibe, this is gonna be really good for you too. Okay, so the juices. You guys, I literally am dumbfounded by the amount of sugar. It's like that stuff like you know, but when you see it again, because I just never look at that stuff because I never buy it. I buy the stuff I know is clean and healthy now. It's shocking and it like hurts my soul knowing that so many people, I used to be that girl. I used to buy like naked juice all the time being like, I got my green juice and like I'm so healthy. Oh my gosh, 30 to 50 grams of sugar. Crazy. So we talked about the problems with those. Let's talk about what you should do instead. Obviously, fruit is a super important part of your day. Veggies are a super important part of your day. Smoothies are a better way to go, especially if you're including fruits, because you get the fiber, you get all of the nutrients in a smoothie that is stripped away when it's just juice. So juice serves a purpose for sure, but if it's fruity one and they're adding pears and apples and pineapples and mangoes and all these things, no, we're not here for it. Go with a smoothie. So you get everything out of that fruit. So if you're gonna get the sugar, at least you're getting all that fiber. It slows it down. It won't spike your blood sugar level as much as those will, which will make you crash later, and it's not good for anyone. The other thing you can do is just go with vegetable-based juices. So like if you are, like I do celery juice every morning, right? It's just celery. I think actually this has a little lemon in it, but it's just celery and a little lemon. There is some sugar because there's natural sugars from the vegetables. Like that is an okay thing. It's 5 grams in one bottle, but there's no added sugars, obviously. Again, it's just a vegetable. We're not getting all the sugars from all these crazy fruits. So something like this is like ideal. This one too is a different mix. So it's cucumber, celery, kale, lemon, spinach, dandelion greens, and parsley. This one is really, really good. And same thing, it has like 3 grams of sugar. So a little bit of sugar, it's fine. It's from those vegetables, it's okay. Again, it's great to get it with the fiber and everything by eating your fruits and vegetables, but there are benefits, especially with like a celery juice or straight greens like this, having them without having to slow down that digestive process. And I do really like these if I'm gonna do just vegetables. When it comes to cereals, again, not a ton of great options, because when you see even like straight brand, no flavor, no, like it's supposed to just be like bran flakes, they add a bunch of sugar to it and you're like, why? Like obviously it makes it taste better, but then it's detrimental. So you're like, yeah, I'm getting all this fiber, but now I'm getting all this added sugar throughout the day that is not helping me with my goals or my health. So some of those, the ingredients are fine, but then you have to like combat ingredients and weigh that against sugar intake, and it's a little tricky. But my favorite go-to easies, I've shown you guys these cereals. So like these are just 2 brands. Like none of this is sponsored, you guys. These are just 2 brands that I buy when I want like cereal. I usually don't eat cereal as a meal, like as my breakfast, because it doesn't keep you full. It really doesn't. Even the ones that are high in fiber, I'm hungry a few minutes later. I need more protein. I need more healthy fats to balance out those meals. These ones are great. They're super clean. They don't have a ton of added ingredients, a ton of added, like there's not added sugars, like nothing. So I think they, what do they use? Yeah, stevia and monk fruit. So natural, real, 0-calorie sweeteners. Stevia and monk fruit are like the best. And then 3 Wishes, I happen to have this one. Actually didn't like this flavor at all, which is why I still have this box. But the brand itself is good, and they do a lot of great cereals. When you just want that like cereal for a snack or whatever, there's not the sugar. Again, it's a couple ingredients: chickpeas, pea protein, organic cane sugar, which they do use, monk fruit. My like go-to if I'm doing like breakfast is always oats, or like these are like ancient grains and oats, some combo of that, either as overnight oats or making them fresh in the morning. You can get instant oat packs, but just get plain ones. Then you can add like your nut butters to them or some fresh fruit, but add those things to your oats. Don't buy them with flavors in them, because their flavors are literally just tons of sugar. You don't want it. Like look at it. If you have a pack that's like apple cinnamon, look at how much sugar is in it. It's not good. So that's my go-to. Overnight oats are so easy, especially to make and prep ahead of time, but then you have them and you can just grab them on the go if you're short on time. There's like no excuses, and you can have them hot or cold, which is what I love about them. Going through the yogurts is way harder than I thought it was too. Like especially at the normal grocery store, trying to find ones that aren't loaded with crazy ingredients. When it comes to the yogurt, it's just being super mindful of the ingredients that are in them. Avoid any that have like flavors, like fruity flavors, all of that. You just want plain yogurt. Ideally full fat, or like not low fat, because if it's low fat, most of the time they're gonna be adding a bunch of other sugars and ingredients to help substitute, like I said. So go with your yogurt, just like I said with the oats. Add what you want to the yogurt. You want fresh fruit, you want strawberry yogurt, like throw strawberries in it. Put a little bit of maple syrup. It's really about like knowing the source and making sure that something that's not gonna spike your blood sugar levels, throw you off. It's not 16 or 20 grams of sugar. It's a reasonable amount that your body can handle and that you will like use throughout the day as energy, not this surplus that's going way past the recommended daily amount. And this again is not just about, oh, because you're trying to lose weight. Yes, my goal when I was trying to lose 45 pounds was to be healthy and to lose weight. Like I knew I needed to lose weight. My body would be healthier if I lost the weight, but I was focused on feeling better. And that comes down to the ingredients that are going into the things that I'm eating and how they affect my hormones and my blood chemistry and my sleep and my energy and all of those things. So when it comes to yogurt, just get one like I showed you. Plain Greek yogurt is the best because it's gonna be the highest in protein. It should have at least 15 grams of protein per serving, usually more like 20 to 24. I know it's easy sometimes just want to grab and go, but it's not going to be the best choice for you. All right, guys, hopefully you found that helpful and useful. Again, these are just things that I learned through my own weight loss journey that were honestly really surprising at the time. And you can tell still surprised me. Like the fact these things haven't changed drives me absolutely nuts. But now you're empowered with the information. So hopefully, even if it's not every single time, you're more mindful of it. You can make those better choices when you have the opportunity to, and at least like be aware to even look at the labels and understand them a little bit better. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go make myself a smoothie now. If you did like this video, sweat the thumbs up, give it a little click. Let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this, because there are so many other foods that we could cover and kind of do like the swap series I've done, but this is like a little bit different. So let me know for sure. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I have new videos for you guys every single week, and I'll see you soon. Bye. I really never come to the normal grocery store